Mark, you say Japan is in a bind. Why?
Because if you look at what's called the credit gap, and the credit gap just looks at the growth of private sector debt in comparison to GDP growth. If you look at the decade leading up to where we are now, both Japan and actually also South Korea had very strong credit growth episodes. And what happens after that is that you end up with an economy that has weakened capacity to grow. And so, you know, for those two countries, an environment of rising interest rates creates real problems because it will have a big impact on consumer spending eventually, but it'll also impact the banks. So to my mind, you know, this is why the Bank of Japan is reluctant to tighten, because it will have an outsized effect on Japan versus other countries.
What do you make of this narrative that China is facing a lost decade like Japan has?
Well, I mean, China has, you know, reached that level of its development where, you know, a lot of emerging markets, you know, typically, you know, find they're getting tougher. And on top of that, of course, you've got this deglobalization trend, and you've got this friction between the US and China. And also just the whole global economy is not going to be doing well for the next, I think, probably the next 5 years. And so, you know, obviously China has this, plus it has, you know, the property market adjustment to make. So, you know, I don't know about a lost decade, but I certainly think that, you know, the economic outlook for China over the next 5 to 10 years is deeply challenging, and as challenging as it's going to be for nearly every other country, you know, which is a change, right? In the past, China sailed on while everyone else has kind of struggled. Now China's probably going to be more like other countries.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.